And now, Andrew Knows Everything proudly presents 5-rella, based on the story of Cinderella. Andrew's Doors, I hope you enjoyed it. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named 5-rella. 5-rella had four ugly, mean stepsisters: Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella. Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella made 5-rella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella. One day, the king of Fiveham's messenger said, Hear ye, the king of Fiveham is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Quintuppling. But 5-rella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. Fiona said, He's going to marry me. Isabella said, No way, Fiona. He's going to marry me. Verona said, Both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Ella said, All three of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Later, 5-rella is so sad that she cannot go to the ball and marry Prince Quintuppling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother asks, Why are you crying, 5-rella? 5-rella responds, I got a lot of chores to be done. I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Quintuppling. The fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic. Quantity, woo! The fairy godmother's magic did all the chores and then turned 5-rella's do-rag and ribbed dress into a gown and crown. 5-rella said, I've never seen such a quintastic dress. And get a load of my glass slippers. But she's not done yet. The fairy godmother said, Fetch me. 5-rella, go fetch me a good old pumpkin. Luckily, 5-rella has 5 pumpkins. And the fairy godmother turned the 5 pumpkins into a handsome coach. It's drawn by 10 strong horses. The fairy godmother said, Have fun, 5-rella, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken. 5-rella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Quintuppling said, Who should I marry? Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella said all together, He's walking towards me. Well, he's not walking towards any of them, but Prince Quintuppling is walking towards 5-rella. 5-rella and Prince Quintuppling danced happily together. But later, 5-rella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And when she was running so fast, she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Quintuppling was so worried that she might never see 5-rella again. So he traveled all around Fiveham to find her, bringing the tiny glass slipper with him. He knocked on the door where 5-rella and her 4 ugly mean stepsisters live. Prince Quintuppling said to her stepsisters, Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Fiona is first. but her foot is too small. Isabella is next, but her foot is too big. Fiona and Verona and Ella are last, but neither of the feet match. Suddenly, Prince Quintuple noticed Prince 5-rella sweet singing. Prince Quintupling, is that really you? Of course it's me, 5-rella. Prince 5-rella is so excited because she's happy to have her Prince Quintupling back. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. And take care, Andrew Stewards. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye. And now, Andrew Knows Everything proudly presents 5-rella 2, 5 Wishes Come True, a sequel to 5-rella. And based on the story of Cinderella and its sequel, 5-rella 2, Dreams Come True. And let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon two times, 5-rella and Prince Quintupling were happily married. Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella have a few tricks up their sleeves. They're complaining about not marrying Prince Quintupling. Fiona said, "No fair! I thought he was gonna marry me." The rest say, "Well, I thought he was gonna marry me." Several months later, 5-rella and Prince Quintupling are finally pregnant, but 5-rella is sick, so the baby might die. Fortunately, 5-rella's fairy godmother knows a spell that can cure 5-rella herself. She waves her magic wand and chants the magic words, "Quinity, quantity, quoo," and the baby is cured. However, the spell has a side effect. So it wasn't one baby. It was quintuplets, 4 girls and 1 boy. The fairy godmother says, "I'm sorry. The spell has a side effect." 5-rella and Prince Quintupling aren't upset though. They were overjoyed instead. They named the quintuplets Queenie, Ursula, Indy, Naughty, and Tilly. 6 months later, it's the royal half-birthday. 5-rella asks, "Everyone has their gifts, but what about your gift, father-in-law?" The king has 5 magical necklaces for Queenie, Ursula, Indy, Naughty, and Tilly. They need to make a wish. Rub the jewels on them and it'll come true. The king of 5-rella messengers saw that Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ali are heading for the party and said, "Oh no, they're in trouble! Oh, big trouble! Oh no! Goes over to the king and tells him, "Your Majesty, 4 young evil ladies are headed for the party." The king of 5-rella gets over and he yells, "Sound the alarm!" The king and his messenger then blows a trumpet alarm. The king's guards hear it and attack Fiona, Isabel, Verona, and Ella, who attempt to escape. Queenie, Ursula, Indy, Naughty, and Tilly say all together, "We wish." Fiona, Isabel, Verona, and Ella are in the castle's dungeon and rub the jewels. The wish came true. Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella are now in the castle's dungeon. Their half-birthday party is saved. And they, along with 5-rella and Prince Quintupling, live happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, based on a real-life Disney movie. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share too. And buy our merchandise. Take care. Bye. Oh, I almost forgot one important thing. If you want to see maybe someday 5-rella 3 Love and Quintuple Love and Glee on June 27th, 2025. A bit of an addiction. Maybe this could be a 1 month, an every monthly and 2-day tradition. And as I was saying, take care, Andrews Doers. Bye. And now, Andrews Doers, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 5-rella 3, Quintuple Love and Glee, the third sequel to 5-rella based on the story of Cinderella. Sequel to 5-rella to 5 Wishes Come True. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon 3 times, 5-rella and Prince Quintupling really love each other. Well, that's about to change. Thanks to Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella, who are making a 5 False Friends breakup potion. The most evil magic potion known to Fivingham. Later is the day of Queenie, Ursula, Indy, Nani, and Tilly's very first birthday party. Fiona, Isabella, Verona, and Ella sneak up behind a fence next to the gate to the party. 5-rella's fairy godmother tries to stop them, but they lock her up and steal her wand and then pour the 5 False Friends breakup potion on 5-rella and Prince Quintupling, who now break up. Queenie, Ursula, Indy, Nani, and Tilly ask all together, is there anything we can do to reverse the potion on Mommy and Daddy? 5-rella's fairy godmother explains that there's only one thing that could reverse the 5 False Friends breakup potion. The Quintuple Bat Together potion. The Quintuple Bat Together potion needs 5 these ingredients. 5 rainbow feathers, 10 pink pearls, 15,000-year-old acorns, 20 spoons of cilantro, and the most important ingredient of all, 25 huge doses of love. First, they need 5 rainbow feathers from a flying color falcon. The flying color falcon lives all the way on top of Mount Fivermore. Tilly suggests, this is going to take some real teamwork. Quintuplings distract the falcon. I'll pluck 5 feathers. Queenie said, hey, Birdie, over here. Ursula, Indy, and Nani said all together, bet you can't catch me. Tilly plucks 5 rainbow feathers from the falcon. Later, at the beach, they can't breathe underwater in order to get 10 pink pearls, Indy said. Maybe we can use our magical necklaces as a suggestion. Queenie, Ursula, Indy, Nani, and Tilly say, 1, 2, 3, take us under the sea. Because of that, their magical necklaces turn the quintuplets into mermaids. They then swim to find 10 pink pearls. Luckily, there are 5 clams, and each clam has 2 pink pearls. Just like the recipe, there are 10 pink pearls in total, Ursula said. Hey, I heard that there's a 1,000-year-old acorn tree in the forest. Later, back at home, they already have cilantro, and they mix the ingredients together. And the Quintuple Bat Together potion is ready! And just in time. 5-rella and Prince Quintupling are back together, and 5-rella's fairy godmother got her wand back. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. Andrews Tours, if you want to see 5-rella 4, The Legend of Mount Fivermore, a bit of it. Maybe this can be whatever tradition. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 15-rella. It is based on the story of Cinderella. let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young girl named 10N-5-rella. 10N-5-rella had 7 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Eliza, Eloise, and Nina. All 7 of them made 10N-5-rella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said 15, Fiona to Nina all together. One day, the king of Quintacumbleham's messengers arrived and said, Hear ye, the king of Quintacumbleham is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Quintacumbling. But 10N-5-rella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. They then argue over who will marry Prince Quintacumbling. Later, 10N-5-rella is so sad doing chores about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Quintacumbling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother asks 10N-5-rella what's wrong by saying, Why are you crying, 10N-5-rella? 10N-5-rella responds in whimper, I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Quintacumbling, but I have lots of chores to be done. 10N-5-rella's fairy godmother said, I can help with a bit of magic. She chants the magic words, Quintadantity, Quintadantity, Quindu, and waves her magic wand. Because of that, 10N-5-rella's chores are done, but her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 10N-5-rella, go fetch me a pumpkin. Luckily, 10N-5-rella has 15 pumpkins. 10N-5-rella's fairy godmother chants the magic words, Quintadantity, Quintadantity, Quindu, again, and waves her magic wand again to turn the 15 pumpkins into a handsome coach drawn by 30 strong horses, and then 10N-5-rella is reclosed into a gown and crown. 10N-5-rella said, I've never seen such a quintuple-tastic gown, and get a load of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? 10N-5-rella's fairy godmother said, well, you can't. But have fun, 10N-5-rella, but I would warn you. Return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to the way it was before. 10N-5-rella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Quintacumbling was wondering who he should marry. Fiona to Nina say all together, He's walking towards me! But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 10N-5-rella. Prince Quintacumbling then asks, May I have this dance? 10N-5-rella responds, I would be delighted. 10N-5-rella and Prince Quintacumbling danced happily together. But later, 10N-5-rella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Quintacumbling was really worried that he might never see 10N-5-rella again, so he traveled all around Quintacumbleham to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. By the time he arrives, he knocks on the door of the home where 10N-5-rella and her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 10N-5-rella, Prince Quintacumbling finds Fiona to Nina. He then said, Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Fiona is first, but her foot is too big. Isabella is next, but her foot is too small. The rest are the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince Quintacumbling notices 10N-5-rella's sweet singing. The glass slipper fits! 10N-5-rella gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Quintacumbling back. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. And if you want to see some sequels, tell your friends about it. And maybe I can do it. A big tradition. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrews Everything proudly presents 10N-5-rella 2. 15 Wishes Come True. Sequel to 10N-5-rella, which is based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon two times, 10N-5-rella and Prince Quinnicomaling were happily married. But Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Eloise, and Nina have lots of tricks up their sleeves. Several weeks later, 10N-5-rella is pregnant but very ill. It's a good thing 10N-5-rella's fairy godmother knows a spell that can cure her. So she chants the magic words. Quintidentity, quintidentity, quindu! And waves her magic wand. Because of that, the baby is cured and a girl. They name her Fatima. A week later, to celebrate Fatima's birth, they put on a light show. But on one night, while 10N-5-rella and Prince Quinnicomaling were sleeping, Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Eliza, Eloise, and Nina steal Fatima and take her to the middle of nowhere. The king of Quinnicomaling's messengers saw it and said, "Oh no, she's in trouble! Oh, big trouble! Oh no! He then goes over to the king of Quinnicomaling and tells him, "Your Majesty, your granddaughter is captured." The king of Quinnicomaling gets so infuriated that he yells, "Sound the alarm!" And his messenger blows a trumpet alarm that his guards hear in order to find Fatima. 10N-5-rella and Prince Quinnicomaling were really worried that they might never see Fatima again. But Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Eliza, Eloise, and Nina was plan is interrupted by Fatima's foster parents, Fernando and Florence. Fernando said, "What are you doing all alone, little lady?" Florence responds, "I don't know, darling. Let's take her home." "Come back with our study," said Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Eliza, Eloise, and Nina all together. And 10N-5-rella was 15 years later. Fatima is a teenager now, and she's playing with a group of teenage girls, but then said, "Wait, where does that cave lead?" As she finds a strange cave and goes inside to find out. She finds a magic lamp. Meanwhile, back at Quinnicomaling, 10N-5-rella and Prince Quinnicomaling are now full of despair, as they will never see Fatima again. Fatima rubs the magic lamp, and a genie comes out of the lamp and says, "Oh, thank you so much, young lady. I've been stuck in the lamp for 15,015 years. You rubbed the lamp and set me free. As a thank you for that, I must grant you 15 wishes." Suddenly, someone screamed, "Help! Someone is stuck in quicksand!" Fatima uses her first wish to get him out by saying, "I wish he was out of the quicksand." The genie said, "Your wish is my command." Because of that, he was out. Later, Fernando and Florence then tell Fatima where they found her. Near Quinnicomaling, Fatima is surprised about the news, and so she begins her journey home. Another 15 years later, Fatima uses the other 13 wishes. She is 30 years old now and only has one wish left. Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Eloisa, and Nina tried to steal her again but couldn't find her. They complain except for Nina, who found Fatima. Fatima uses her 15th and final wish and says, "I wish my evil stab hands would not stop me." The genie said, "Your wish is my command." And turned Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Lisa, Eloise, and Nina into stone statues. A celebration in Quinnicomalia welcomes Fatima home. 10N-5-rella and Prince Quinnicomalia were really worried and hugged Fatima to welcome their daughter home. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. Sure is a fun story, right? And if you want to see maybe tomorrow 10N-rella 3, Quinnicomalia Love and Glee, tell your friends about it. A bit of a day. Maybe this could be a daily tradition. Take care. Bye. And now, Anna Knows Everything proudly presents 10N-rella 3, A Quinnicoupling Spree. A second sequel to 10N-rella based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon 3 times, 10N-rella and Prince Quinnicoupling and their 30-year-old daughter Fatima went for a walk. Suddenly, someone screamed, "Help!" A man named Felix is stuck under a rock. Fatima tries to lift the rock to save Felix, but she's not strong enough. 10N-rella's fairy godmother, Arai, comes to help and cast a spell to lift the rock. Felix said, "Thank you so much, Fatima and Quinnicoupling family." And he and Fatima share a kiss. The king at Quinnicoupling is so impressed that he offers Felix a visit to the castle. And so Felix agrees, but Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Elisa, Eloise, and Nina still have lots of tricks up their sleeves. Later, at the castle, Fatima and Felix share a romantic dance. And 15 weeks later, a wedding is planned. And for Fatima and Felix's marriage. But Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Eloise, and Nina capture 10N-rella and Prince Quinnicoupling. Felix manages to save his parents-in-law by killing Fiona, Isabella, Farah, Tina, Eloise, and Nina, only for them to steal 10N-rella's fairy godmother's magic wand to catch the storm, resulting in the wedding being ruined and cut short. Fortunately, Fatima manages to use a knife to kill Fiona, the oldest stepsister, that causes her to drop 10N-rella's fairy godmother's magic wand and catches it. And not a minute too soon, the wedding is saved! And so are 10N-rella and Prince Quinnicoupling. The king of Quinnicoupling said, "My dear granddaughter, such bravery that there's one thing only, a magical necklace. Just rub the jewel on it, but only for emergencies." Fatima accepted the warning. And then they all lived happily ever after. the end. And Andrew's Doers, if you want to see some more sequels, tell your friends about it. And yes, maybe it can be a daily tradition. And I hope you enjoyed this story. And I bet you want to see 10N-rella 4. Take care! Bye!